Hi, this is Michael Uslan. You're listening to Batman on Film.
I'm vengeance.
I have given a name to my pain.
The Batman.
Always waiting for some Batman to save you.
It's simple. We kill the Bat of Gotham. I'm Batman.
Welcome to the 67th episode of the Batman on Film Social Hour. I am the founder of Batman on Film, Bill, Jett, Ramey. You know what, Ryan Lauer, senior BOF contributor Ryan Lauer, everybody. I'm going to retire. Hey now. It's a sad day. Yes.
Too soon.
I think I'll have to retire. Hey now. All
right.
You know what? It was kind of, it was my nod to the Howard Stern show, which is his nod to the Larry Sanders show, right? We've talked about that before.
Yeah, because I finally was able to get on that train.
Yeah. Larry Sanders show is brilliant. I will say that.
Mm-hmm.
But finding Howard that shows I can't listen to it anymore, man. And I was a huge Howard Stern fan for a long time.
What has changed? What's happened?
It's the same old. And it's not even the same old, not even the old, you know, and that's cool that he's, you know, it's not strippers and all that kind of crap that used to be back in the day. And I still think he's a great interviewer, but just the content has gotten, it's just repetitive. It's not as funny. He doesn't do the show in studio anymore. Everyone is on Zoom. It's weird. I've tried. So I don't know. Maybe I'm retiring. Hey, now too soon. But you know,
all good things must come to an end.
Yeah. So I don't know if anyone out there listening who is also was a Howard Stern show fan, email me. Let me know if I'm off base here. So my interviews are still great. I think he's a great interviewer. So
okay.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to the focus here today is going to be on the Blu-ray of the Batman, which Warner Brothers was kind enough to send the Batman on Film a early copy for reviewing purposes, which I did. There is the written review on Batman on Film. And so we're going to get to that here shortly. But time for some witty banter. So what's been going on?
Oh boy.
Ryan, what's been going on? Anything interesting? You want to share with this here audience?
Well, let me ask you,
Yeah.
Have you heard of or have you been to a discount store named Ollie's?
I have not.
You ever heard of it?
I have not.
You haven't? Okay.
No.
It's almost like you've heard like of a TJ Maxx and or Marshalls.
Mm-hmm.
Think of almost a more rundown version of that, except no clothes. And instead it's like food and books and toys and stuff. And it's basically like stores need to just get rid of their shit. So they throw it to Ollie's. Okay. Well, I discovered a few years ago that Ollie's will, what do you want to say? Randomly get a massive supply of graphic novels.
Okay.
And they will load their bookshelves with graphic novels at an insanely cheap price.
Okay.
We're talking books that could cost $40 are $5.99.
Oh, wow.
Brand new, fully wrapped.
Yeah.
And I have sent it to the Bat Boys every time, and Garrett and Pete are so jealous because they've never heard of this Ollie's joint. And so yesterday I went, and they must have just gotten a shipment in because it is too, like, I don't even know how high up these bookshelves are, completely full of all sorts of junk. And I sent it, and we'll just say Garrett called me about 5 seconds after I sent the pictures, and he placed orders.
Okay.
It's a pretty
Like what? Okay, so give us some examples here.
All right, let's get some examples. So let me find my pictures. So the Action Comics 1000 deluxe hardcover.
Okay, yeah.
That they put together for that. Trade paperbacks of the Flash Silver Age, Batman Golden Age, like volumes 3 and 4. Road to No Man's Land, Batman Earth 1 Volume 1 and Volume 2 hardcovers,
Wow.
Swamp Thing Bronze Age, Dark Knight Returns Batman Noir, World's Finest Silver Age. That's one shelf. Another one is a collection of the Batman Elseworlds,
Really?
Action Comics, the Rebirth era, like deluxe edition hardcovers, a couple of those, and these are like $5 and $6. But it's insane. I don't know what the deal is here. They had other versions too, but stuff related for us, Batman focused. Like they had a shit ton of stuff like that. And so I just want, like, shout out if you got an alley somewhere in your area, go take a look, because a couple of us know. Ryan Haas knows. He's been. Yeah. I know a few other listeners of BOF. They've commented. They've gone to alleys before too.
I'm gonna write this down and do a search and see if there's.
Not brand new, mind you, but I mean, I even saw yesterday there was the Long Halloween trade paperback.
Yeah,
I've gotten a hardcover Long Halloween Noir. Rob Myers picked that up for me at his Ollie's and sent it to me. I think there was like they've done absolute editions there and shit too, at like $12.
Is it like is it a Midwest thing?
I mean, maybe, but Haas is East Coast. He's in North Carolina, but I don't know if maybe he's gone to them because he has his family in Tennessee.
Okay.
But Ollie's, OLLIE''S.
Okay.
Just they don't sponsor BOF, but maybe they should after this.
Okay. Yeah, maybe they should. Dadgummit. So that's interesting. Yeah. Yeah.
I should post a picture. Actually, I should tweet out the pictures that I sent to them as well, because there's also like a slipcase they contain the first 3 volumes of Jeff Johns and Jim Lee's Justice League run in New 52 in a hardcover, and that had a $50 original price tag on it. It's only $10. Garrett wanted that as well.
I would take a look at some of the Batman stuff and see if there's things that I'd be interested in that I don't have. So yeah,
the Golden Age, I've got like in paperback volumes 1 and 2 of the Golden Age. I read the first volume. I didn't read the second because, man, the Golden Age stuff I can't sit and binge and read. I think those are kind of tough reads. So I'm like, do I need them just that they sit on the shelf, or should I just wait? And of course, I didn't get them, and I'm like, damn it, I should have picked them up.
Yeah, got to have them just in case.
Yeah, you never know. Somebody might pick like Detective Comics number 17, and that's where I go to that. So.
Exactly. I will say this. I'm going to continue with some more witty banter here. Tell me if this is blasphemy or not.
Okay.
Am I wrong for being as excited for this Elvis movie as I was for the Batman?
If anybody's paid attention to Batman on film, they would know Bill loves his wife, Bill loves Batman, and Bill loves Elvis.
Yes.
And the Cowboys.
The
wife's a given. So let's just sorry, announcer Rachel. Let's just go with outside of family. Cowboys, Elvis, Batman.
That's my that's my trinity of fandom for sure.
Yeah. So I don't think anybody should be surprised by your comments.
I've been waiting for a big budget, big screen biopic of Elvis forever. Mm-hmm. I know they did, there's the 79 Elvis Kurt Russell TV movie, which
directed by John Carpenter.
Yeah, it was. It's okay.
Yeah.
There's the 2005 Elvis miniseries with Jonathan Rhys Meyers as Elvis.
Okay.
Which
I was gonna
is-
say I thought that there was one in the late 90s after they did because I know the Temptations one they did was really successful, and then they ended up
They've had
on TV. But
okay, on TV they've had those are the two ones that are like, I guess you'd call them TV biopics. But there's been Elvis and Me, which is based on Priscilla Presley's book that was out on TV like in 86, 87, somewhere in there. There was Elvis and the Beauty Queen with Don Johnson as Elvis. Came out in the early 80s or late 70s, based on Linda Thompson's book. There's been a few others like that. There was that TV series that came out in like 89, 90 called Elvis. It lasted one season. But there has not been a big screen biopic. Not like, there hasn't been a Walk the Line with Elvis, the version of Elvis or The Doors or, Bohemian Rhapsody or whatever, Sweet Dreams is another, Coal Miner's Daughter, all these I can start naming.
so you're going to finally get yours though.
Yes.
With this.
Yes. And as you know, I'm also, not only am I a Batman, fancy myself a Batman historian, I'm also an Elvis historian. And I will say that just based on the trailers and the TV spots and the other stuff I've seen, Austin Butler is nailing it as far as capturing the essence of Elvis. And then now you've got Priscilla Presley and Lisa Marie Presley saying that they've seen it and it's like how great he is. And I think Lisa said, if Austin Butler doesn't win an Oscar for Best Actor, I'll eat my foot. Something like that.
I think a lot of people could almost, a cynical approach to that could be like, well, of course she's going to push the movie. And it's like, no, she has nothing to gain here on if the movie isn't good and she didn't like it and she's pushing it. She's not PR for them. Like for her, it's, if she approves of it, then it I don't know. I think she said basically they've captured what Elvis was by far than any other of these biopics on TV than that they have. So I'm in. I want to see it. We'll go see it for sure.
Yeah,
because I even told the missus, she hasn't even seen the trailer yet, and I told her like, hey, the trailer. As soon as I saw the trailer for it the first time, and I started to tell her, she's like, well, I'm in. I like Elvis. Like, okay,
it's like, and I really like about the music. Two things, and then we'll move on here. I like the fact that Austin Butler's doing his own vocals for the younger Elvis. And God, my gosh, he's almost damn spot on, dude. And then there's a blend of Elvis's actual vocals and him for late 60s, 70s Elvis.
Nice.
And they are getting contemporary artists to do Elvis-inspired songs and also cover classic Elvis.
You posted the
music.
one the other day by Mainskin, who's a recent band, and I've heard a couple of their songs, and they're a very unique band that have a unique sound. So I like the songs I've heard by them, and then the video that you posted.
Yeah,
I really liked that too.
Yeah, they did. They covered "If I Can Dream." It was really, I dug it. You have like Doja Cat doing what's called Vegas. So it's a Elvis inspired song.
That's cool.
That's got do you know who Big Mama Thornton is?
See, I think I was getting that confused with Mama Cass.
Yeah, she was a blues singer in the 50s. She's the first one who sang Hound Dog.
Oh, okay.
Hound Dog, Elvis covered Hound Dog. So her version is completely different than what Elvis, and I love it. Yeah.
Do you think they'll do one one release or like two different releases of Austin Butler versions and then like contemporary artist versions?
I'm hearing they're like for the soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking I've heard they may do two where it's just one is straight up music from the movie.
Yeah.
So, Butler stuff
Like the score. Oh, Butler. Okay.
Butler stuff and the Elvis music they used in the film. And then there's going to be one that's all these different covers and Elvis inspired songs. So, it's just not, it's Elvis music in the film, but it's not just Elvis.
Yeah.
It's artists that the kids nowadays can relate to, if you will. So, yes, I'm very excited. I'm getting some, I get the promo stuff from Warner Brothers, so I get to see some of the stuff they're doing. It's really cool. All right, so let me move on from there. I'm going to repeat the questions for, we're giving away the 2 more copies of The Art of the Batman, which is a great book. So check out Batman on Film Social Hour 63, where we talk about that book. You and I talked about that book. So the winner, actually, the first winner was Mark G from Grafton, Wisconsin. He won a copy, and we're giving away 2 more. So let me repeat those questions. Well, first of all, let's answer. This is from the Social Hour 63, the first giveaway. Who played Batman in the Batman 1943 serial?
You're asking me?
Yeah, Luke, come on,
I do know.
Lewis Wilson.
I'm going blank. Just give me. Okay, yeah. I was gonna.
Okay.
You got it.
Okay.
Lewis Wilson. I don't know. I always jump to Lyle Wagner. I don't know why I always do that. Lewis Wilson. I know.
Yes. Let's see. Let me see here. Who was the artist responsible for Batman's new look in the 1960s?
Carmine Infantino.
Yes. A lot of people got that wrong, man.
Ah.
I was surprised.
I'm not a Batman historian. It's more so because recently I read a lot of that stuff. So,
name the second actor to play the Riddler on the Batman 60s TV series.
Gomez Adams himself.
John
Astin.
It was Gomez Adams, John Astin. Yes, mustache and all.
How'd people do with that?
Got that one.
They got that one. Okay, good.
Yeah. Most people, yes. Let's see here. What was the other one? Who was the production designer on Batman Forever?
Go for it.
Barbara Lang.
I don't have Barbara Lang. Pete would be able to get that one.
Yes. And I believe that was it for that one. Okay.
Was that all 5? I thought there were
let's see here. I had to decipher my shorthand here. There was a question about Batman, the Brave and the Bold animated series, which
oh man, I don't remember.
I don't remember what I asked. So, whatever. Anyway, Mark G from Grafton,
I didn't do that.
Wisconsin
I didn't do that
one.
good. I was 2 for 4 out of those.
Yeah.
Ugh, kick me off
All
the
right.
show.
So let's repeat these other ones. We're not answering these yet. These are the most recent because this contest runs through Labor Day week. Oh, not Labor Day. I wish it was Memorial Day weekend. Okay. Or actually, it runs, end of the month through the 31st. So, who was
these ones? I remember when you went through them, and I think there was one I told you I was like, oh, I didn't know that
I
one.
will say. Let me say this: got a lot of incorrect answers on these.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say which ones because people,
Sure.
Okay. Who was the first actor to play Dick Grayson / Robin in live action? Let me emphasize that. In live action. Number 2, who voices Batman in Batman Arkham Origins video game? 3, name the comic book that featured Batman saying the following on the cover. I must wear a different colored Batman costume each night. Okay. Number 4, in which comic book would you have originally found the story Interlude on Earth 2? That's the comic book and number now, okay? And number 5, in which Batman film would you have found a character named Thomas Schiff? So there you go. So that's going to run through the end of the month, y'all. So if you're listening now, you haven't entered, send me an email, jet@batman-on-film.com, and with the answers to those questions, and win yourself a copy, or give yourself a chance to win a copy of The Art of the Batman. Okay.
If you heard Bill and I talk about it, it's a pretty awesome book.
Oh, it's
so
fantastic.
if you don't have it yet, definitely worth
Yeah.
Doing the work, answer the questions, and see if you can win yourself a copy.
Yeah,
So
you got to
it's
have
pretty
that
great.
one. Got to have that one in your collection. Speaking of Batman collection, I got a hold of the Batman Blu-ray.
Ugh, I'm still holding out.
Thanks to
I'm gonna make it, Bill.
You may, yeah.
I am
Yeah.
6
Now-
days.
Yeah, you're gonna make it.
Probably 5 because it'll come a day early.
So, thanks to the fine folks at Warner Brothers Home Entertainment, they sent me the Blu-ray /DVD /digital combo pack. It's not the 4K. It's not one of those fancy ones like you get at Best Buy or Walmart, or doesn't Target have one too?
They do.
Okay.
Because Pete and I pre-ordered from Walmart and Best Buy, and we're both like, oh, hell, we might have to go Target. Just because of the slipcase.
Someone in the Facebook group said, because people were saying how they've ordered different, like 2 or 3 different versions, and they're like, what's the point of that? There's different bells and whistles with each one, and I think there's some different. Are there different special features or exclusive special features depending on, or are all the special features? Is it the same, but just the packaging is different? Do you know?
Packaging is different, and then it threw a lot of us off. The pre-order for Walmart seemed like there was an extra disc.
Okay.
Target, part of their just like if you look online, I think it even has like a sticker on the front that says an exclusive 15-minute feature for the Target version. Best Buy, I think their big exclusive is just the Steelbook 4K packaging. So, and then as we've said on here, Apple, the commentary is exclusive to Apple.
Okay.
Did you have 3 discs in yours? Like 2
3
Blu-rays,
discs.
1
Okay,
DVD?
yeah, okay. Let's get into it. Before we get into it,
Okay.
let me say a couple words about our sponsor, Athletic Greens. This episode of the Batman on Film Social Hour is brought to you by Athletic Greens. So what is this stuff? What is Athletic Greens? With one delicious scoop of AG1, you're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, and probiotics to help you start your day right. This special blend of ingredients supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, recovery, focus, and aging, all of these things. AG1 is lifestyle friendly, whether you eat keto, paleo, vegan, dairy-free, or gluten-free. AG1 contains less than 1 gram of sugar, no GMOs, no nasty chemicals or artificial anything, while still tasting good. It also supports better sleep quality and recovery, and it supports mental clarity and alertness. So how much is this going to cost? AG1 will cost you less than $3 a day. It's cheaper than getting all your different supplements yourself. You're investing in an all-in-one nutritional insurance. Right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. It's just 1 scoop in a cup of water every day. That's it. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. all you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/emerging. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/emerging to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. Okay, so you know how this would work better? You ask me questions. You think that'll work?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Yeah, and then we'll talk about, and part of this will be my interview with Charlie and Max Carver, who played the twins in the Batman.
The twins.
Yes.
Well, first question.
Yeah.
Do you like the Batman?
The movie?
Yeah.
You know what? I have seen the Batman.
Okay.
6 times on the big screen in the theater. I don't know now how many times I've seen it on HBO Max, to be honest with you.
Okay. What do you think you'll see more of by the end of this year, the Batman or Elvis?
Oh,
there's a competition for you.
Yeah. Well, the Batman's got a jump.
It does.
It's got a pretty good jump.
Yeah.
And then so they probably will go 1 for 1 even when Elvis comes out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got to be the Batman, I'm thinking.
Okay.
But
all right.
Yeah, and then I've seen it on the Blu-ray 3 times.
3 times. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, I've got other questions that aren't as obvious.
All right. Yeah.
How many discs came in it?
3.
3. Okay.
There's
2 of them Blu-ray, 1 DVD.
Blu-ray movie.
Mm-hmm.
Blu-ray special features.
Okay.
DVD.
Okay. And the version, which, if anybody's listening hasn't seen it on BOF, it seems like you'd almost say the quote unquote standard version of like, this is what they'll have on the shelves everywhere of the almost like the characters poster kind of stacked version. That's the most popular version I think that'll be produced.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so then on the back of that case, and I think involved in all of them, I had it pulled up here. Yeah. So it lists a couple of, it says, so my biggest question for you is Vengeance in the Making. It says a making of documentary featuring cast and crew. Is that an option of you click on that and then it plays like a long documentary, or is it compiled of like different chapters or pieces of like, you know, the Penguin, masking the Penguin, Batman suiting up, Batman getting in shape or whatever?
Okay, so like each one, just that specific extra you're asking
Vengeance
about?
in the Making.
It's I'm trying to think, because I rushed. I hate to say this, but I mean it was 2+ hours of stuff, so I was trying to get through it so I could review. My main thing was I went to check to make sure what was on HBO Max, how it compared to what you get on the Blu-ray.
Mm-hmm.
It seems I want to say like, okay, there's 2 hours plus, not 2.5, but a little over 2 hours of bonus features on the Blu-ray, on the Blu-ray disc. HBO Max was like less than 30 minutes total.
Okay.
And it looks to me, comparing after seeing both, that what you get on HBO Max is just snippets of the full stuff on the Blu-ray disc. So I want to say that one plays like interviews with the cast. They're not all, they're not all together. So.
Okay. Because I know a lot of, like what's fresh in my mind is Pete's favorite series, Star Wars, Return of the Jedi. Oh man. The Last Jedi, they said like a documentary, but you go to that option to watch and it's like an 1.5-hour documentary. There's no interruptions. It plays through. Okay. And that's what I wondered if that's what this was like or not.
Not like that. It would feel different than that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. For sure.
So within that, what are some of the, and I know all this, you put all this on Batman on Film, but what are some of those quote unquote parts or chapters in the Vengeance in the Making option?
It's kind of like a the movie came to be and how
Mhm.
this Batman came to be.
Okay.
Right?
Cool. Yeah.
I don't want to spoil too much. It's worth,
good.
It's worth watching. If you like extras and bonus features and things like that,
I love
this
them.
this is really, you'll like this stuff. It's not, maybe at some point we'll get this kind of stuff, but with the Dark Knight trilogy, the big box version that came,
Yeah.
I'm looking over my shoulder at it. There's what I think is the title, The Making of the Dark Knight trilogy. Is that long documentary?
Yeah, it's an hour and 16 minutes.
I think it's not like this. I think hopefully at some point we'll get that.
Awesome.
For the Batman trilogy or whatever,
Hope so.
whatever it is. But yeah, it's if you're one of those, okay, if you're a completist and you're a Batman fan and you have HBO Max,
Just call me out, Bill, okay?
yeah, or you bought it on digital when it came out, I would still think you want this as part of your collection. I already ordered as soon as it was available, right? I ordered a copy. So I still have one coming, and actually I'm going to give that one away from Batman on Film. I didn't know if I was going to get, I'm not going to assume that I was just going to get a reviewing copy. I was confident, but I want to make sure I wanted that Blu-ray disc, but I also ordered the Walmart one as well. So, because I like to display that stuff,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So if you're like, I can't imagine not being a Batman fan, and if you really like this movie, not wanting the physical copy. And I will say this, it looks and sounds better than what's on HBO Max.
We talked about that I think the last social hour, on how you have a direct, that HDMI cable, a direct way that it's traveling instead of streaming and thinking of signal. So I just feel like that it would be better.
Yeah, I'm not a excuse me, I'm not a TV sound guru guy, right? I want it to look good and sound good, yes, but I'm not a nerd about that stuff. If you are, that's cool, but I'm just not, and that's
the BOF Facebook group, I know there were some people, some smart folks that chimed in and talked about compression and stuff and broke it down for us guys who are not
so I don't
want to say too smart, but don't know the specifics on that stuff. And and they even say too of like, a physical disc will give you a better picture.
I put it in and watched it for a little while. I watched like that first segment all the way through when he kicks the gang's ass and I'm vengeance, and then he looks up and he's gonna go meet Gordon at the crime scene with the mayor. So, and then I said, okay, this looks better.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to make sure, because I'm not a damn guru with this stuff, right? So I put it on.
You're the gumbo guru.
I am that, yes. And I put it on HBO Max on one input, started it, and quickly went over to the Blu-ray, another input, started it. So they were almost going at the same time. They were a little off, but you know what I'm saying, right?
I can see this in like in a sitcom where it starts off with announcer Rachel coming home and be like, I had a busy day. What'd you do today? And then it flashes to you running back and forth between TVs with different versions of the Batman.
So I was sitting there on the TV in my living room. You've been in that living room.
No.
And I'm changing input between HBO Max and the Blu-ray to compare. And there is a clear difference. Superior look to the Blu-ray than to the HBO Max. Not that HBO Max, it's not like it's shit.
Not that it doesn't look good. It's still I wouldn't know. I haven't watched it on HBO Max. But
there is, and the sound is better. I listened. I have a Samsung sound bar that is surround sound capable, and I played it on the Dolby Atmos. Okay, see, again, I'm not an expert at all this, and it sounded very good. to my layman ears. So I come back full circle. Yes, I would. If you're a fan of the Batman, if you're a Batman fan and you like collecting and you want to see a superior version, pick up the Blu-ray. And then I can't speak to the 4K because I mean,
that's Hoss territory.
Look, y'all, beggars can't be choosy, okay? Warner Brothers sent me, I have people complaining. Oh, why are you reviewing it just for the Blu-ray? Why not at the 4K? Because that's what Warner Brothers sent me, and I'm going to be respectful and nice and review what they sent.
Yeah.
Okay.
They didn't have to send you it.
No, and I'm sure that the 4K, and I have a 4K TV and all that stuff. I'm sure if I had the 4K disc, it would probably, and you compared it to the Blu-ray, it would probably be the same difference, maybe relatively speaking, from the Blu-ray compared to the HBO Max feed. So, stream.
Gotcha.
So I'm sure
there's another day for you when you get your 4K disc of flipping inputs.
Yes, I do. I got 3 inputs. I think I got 4 inputs on that damn thing.
Well, then there's no excuse that you shouldn't be doing this.
Maybe I just do. Maybe go pull out an old Blu-ray. An old DVD player and go DVD, 4K, HBO Max, and regular Blu-ray.
Redeem your digital and use the digital too. Hell yeah!
I get a damn splitter and go 5 inputs. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, I have a question for you. Okay,
one thing before so I don't forget. I do know that the 4K doesn't come with any extras. It's the same as the regular Blu-ray. It's only just in 4K. So there's nothing else you're getting. With
usually the 4Ks in that regard, it's the 4K in the Blu-ray, whereas the Blu-ray goes Blu-ray and DVD. 4K doesn't include a DVD copy most of the time. So okay, I don't want you to think too hard. I don't want you to sit on it. I want first thing pops in your head here. Don't need to know the name or anything, but what was your favorite extra?
Oh,
favorite part, covering what? Named what?
What's the title of it? Not dissecting. The one about the Batmobile chase.
Okay. Cool.
Because I love that part. I love that in the movie. I thought it was cool, and I did like. And there's one they break down the wingsuit. That's the tie.
Okay. That's the tie.
Dadgummit.
Nice.
So yeah. So yes, I highly recommend picking it up. If you're a 4K guy, then the 4K is coming out too. It's the same deal. You get the same extras. It'll just look better. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Pick up the Batman.
If this son of a bitch was only out on VHS, I would have bought the VHS. What the hell?
I think that there's an account on Instagram that is converting it into a VHS tape and the packaging of like a VHS case and everything like that.
Really?
I think that, and they did like a trailer kind of thing for it, and it actually looks pretty cool. I'd throw that sucker on my shelf too, because why not? I'll never play it. I don't have
never
a VHS
play
player.
it.
Actually, my lady might. I think she does.
You know what? I would probably get that and just display.
Get every version. Get a laser disc. I mean, are we missing anything? Is that it? VHS, laser disc, DVD, Blu-ray, 4K. I mean, I guess a reel.
A reel, yeah.
Okay.
I went through 3 VHS copies of Batman '89.
Wow.
2 of them I burn up, and then the third is somewhere. I don't have no idea.
I really hate as a kid how you feel like you have to get rid of stuff because you don't use it. I guess it sticks around as adults, because I wish I had kept my VHS tapes of Batman. I don't care about the others of Batman, especially because of that back-to-back of the Warner Brothers catalog with Bugs and Daffy, and follow that up with the Diet Coke Batman commercial. I know you can watch them on YouTube, but it was just something always about one right after the other, and then it goes to that Warner Brothers full screen. It's just like,
yeah.
Anyways,
It's funny. Well, stuff comes back. It's like when records
mm-hmm.
on the turntable. You know, that's how I got. That's what I bought was a young kid. I mean, it was the 45s, or then you get to 33 and third. I mean, the albums.
Is this like the third time that records and that vinyl has come around? I feel like this is like the third. The original, then it went away and then I feel like
it went away for a long time.
Went away,
yeah.
And now it just seems like Target's got like a vinyl section now, and they're releasing more and more albums on vinyl, which I know that a lot of people prefer. That is, and I'm not a guru. A lot of people prefer that because they just say the sound. Can you imagine the Batman on vinyl? They've released it.
Yeah,
that sounds damn good too.
They are they putting the soundtrack out on vinyl for the Batman? I think
there's
right?
I think somebody. I forget what company it is. It's a popular company.
I am buying, and I've got some for Christmas presents. I've got vinyl albums of some of the albums like the ones I grew up with or my favorite, like AC/DC Back in Black album.
Mm-hmm.
I had that. I played that son of a bitch I don't know how many times as a kid. I don't know even where my original is, because there was a period of time you don't think is when it went from vinyl to cassette. Then it was all about cassettes, and then CDs came, yeah, and you started like it's almost like, well, hell with cassettes and to hell with vinyl, that's this obsolete, archaic bullshit, and then now everybody wants the albums, and even including myself. So got me on a tangent here, but yeah,
that's okay.
I will get
Batman.
I will get the Batman soundtrack on freaking vinyl. Absolutely.
I still pull up You Can't Fight City Halloween, that first track, almost daily, and just listen to that. Like, I'm listening to a podcast, and then it's just like pause, listen to that, and turn it up, and then go back to the podcast.
If I'm not,
I love that track. My God.
If I'm cooking, if I'm not watching the Batman while I'm in the kitchen, I'll have Alexa in there and I'll just say, Alexa, play that title.
You know what's going to happen? June. You're going to go on an Elvis kick.
Yeah.
And understandable. And then probably second week of July, because definitely around the 4th of July, you'll be blasting Elvis still, because it just feels very American. Second week of July, it'll kick into your head that you haven't visited the Batman in a while. And you'll feel very bad. So then you'll go back and do another Batman kick.
I have been completely off topic. I have been on a tangent kick of the music that influenced Elvis as a kid and a teenager. So I'm talking, Big Mama Thornton, Howlin' Wolf Burnett, Bill Monroe, bluegrass, some of the gospel stuff, the Ink Spots. Elvis loved the Ink Spots. I mean, I love, the blues, the country music of that time, Hank Williams, all that stuff, Jimmy Rogers.
Hank Williams
Senior,
Junior.
Okay. Yeah.
So, Hank Williams Senior. So I send you for work. It's always fun. I send you for work when I have to cut promos sometimes of and Elvis is on something. I send you and you name it like that. But I've always seen Hank Williams Jr. and I never looked up at Hank Williams Sr. Yeah.
Hank Williams Sr., highly influential country art. Probably maybe the first modern country artist.
Okay.
That dude only 29 when he died. Golly.
Damn.
And come out with some, yeah. We'll put it, just like
I was gonna say witty banter sprinkled throughout this entire episode
Yeah.
of the Social Hour.
I mean, find Smokestack Lightning by Howlin' Wolf and tell me that don't hit you right in your freaking soul, man. Love that stuff. Play Big Mama Thornton's version of Hound Dog, or Big Boy Crudup's version of That's All Right. You know, that's great. That's great stuff. So, all right. So, in conjunction to the Blu-ray release, I took part in the virtual press junket for the Batman Blu-ray. So you got to interview the twins. Yes, Charlie and Max Carver. Got to interview them. That was kind of, and the video is on Batman Film. It was kind of cool. Yeah, kind of cool.
Can you explain what? So, this is the post-pandemic version of doing this. Where I think pre-pandemic, if you've watched stuff online, you've heard it's almost like what do you want to say for press junkets like that? Actors or director stuff. It's almost like they're in rooms and it's a cycle in and out of journalists. Sit, have a couple minutes, and now this was done virtually. So what is that? What was it like? As in like the process of it?
You know what? I was thinking about that. I don't see, man, with Zoom now, I just don't see why studios would do it in person anymore. It's much more cost effective than, having these people come out.
Cost effective. And I feel like cast and crew would be like would be up for it because they can just do it anywhere. So it's not the process of like, well, I can't be in this city this day because I'm in this city that day and stuff.
It's the same process of doing it in person. It was exactly the same. I had to sign in to Zoom. They sent me a link. I was put in a waiting room, and they had a monitor or a publicist, someone that was on the screen with you with all these different people, and they would say, okay, and I had 5 minutes, so you had and it was like, okay, so and so, you're up in about 1 minute, and Jimmy Joe from such and such, you are on deck. And it was just like that until my turn came up, and boom, then you're in there, and it's the same thing. It's just, it's the same thing as now. It wasn't like I've been at round tables where I'm sitting, there's like Gary Oldman, and there's like five or six journalists at one table, literally. And then it's the talent that moves around, right? And so anyway, but this, I mean, God, you can do, I think you can do a whole lot much easier, I don't think they'll completely go away from in-person publicity, but
sure.
So this is,
the video that you posted on BOF, there's no Ramey cut. Like that is the whole chunk of video of your time with those actors.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah. They actually, I asked when I came on, I said, do I record this or how does this? We're recording it on. We'll send you your segment.
Okay.
So they sent me the segment, and then I put it together, with the intro and outro and whatever. So,
is your time? Go ahead. Sorry.
No,
I was gonna say, your time expiring. Do they give you like a wrap sign?
Yeah, I had on chat. There was on chat, and I'm like, they're like, okay, you got 1 minute, so start wrapping it up. So you could, I saw that, and I kind of led to the end. I tried to think to ask them things that others would not ask,
Sure.
or ask in a different way as a Batman fan, right? So, you know, I asked them right off the bat, so you guys grew up Batman fans? Yes. What? You know, of course they did. They all did, you know?
Yep.
And then
I don't want to like reveal everything that they said, but I'll say that I'm a freaking nerd.
Yeah.
But I appreciate when specific things are mentioned to where you can tell. I feel like you can tell, oh, look at this actor. They're an original fan too. It's not just another job. And I'm not dumping on any actor who's done that, because I mean, we know some actors who've done roles, and I think even Michael Keaton had said that like he doesn't, in an interview, like, you know, he doesn't understand like the Marvel stuff, but he's just like, that's okay, just tell me what I'm supposed to do and I'll do my job. And it's like, there's no disrespect for that at all, but it's something a little extra nerdy. Paul Dano's mentioned specific Batman comics, and Pattinson's mentioned specific Batman comics and stuff, and it's like,
I will say,
right.
I do believe that these guys were Batman fans. I can guarantee you no one else asked them which one was Dumfrey and which one was Deaver. Okay. And the fact that they knew what I was talking about, that was cool.
Yeah.
And I also asked them, or alluded to, you got to be in the Penguin, because the Penguin series, I don't see how they're not,
Yeah.
And in the way we'll get Matt in here, we'll talk to Matt. So it was good. It's worth 5 minutes of your time, I think. Check it out.
And that was you, fan Bill Ramey, just saying there's no reason that there's no way that they're not, right? You're not sitting here saying, I've got a scoop, they're in the Penguin. It just seems like very natural. They would be in the Penguin series.
Yeah. Yes, they got their ass kicked by Batman, but they're still there, Yeah,
I think we might have mentioned that way back when we did the spoiler review of the movie. And that was something that I liked. And it wasn't like bringing it to attention and doing like nudge, do you get it? But it's almost like the more mangled they were each time they showed up on screen, of like answering the door the first time and they were both fine, then both got their ass kicked by Batman. Then when they were out at the drops drug bust thing and got their ass kicked, and then it's like gradually answering that door at the Iceberg Lounge and their faces more beat up. And I thought that's
very subtle, very
it's just funny to me.
Attention to detail. And they're only in really those 3 scenes, but they're spread out. Yeah, they're throughout. It's spread out through the film, to where it's not just there, and not just this one little part of the movie, And I really like the whole, you know who I am, and it's with basically, it's Batman the first time. Yeah, I got an idea. Get out of here, freak. Ain't no Penguin here. Stuff like that, and then he comes as Bruce Wayne, and their reaction, to Batman,
almost more intimidated by Bruce Wayne than Batman at that point. It seemed. That's my version.
Intimidated is like, the Prince of Gotham there.
That's something.
Holy shit.
But
Bruce Wayne.
Oh my God, I love that line too. Of like, you really want to get blood on that suit? Mine or yours?
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. God damn, that movie's good.
That was, Batman's got a bit of like, you got me for assaulting 3.
Yeah. Oh my God. Could have pulled back that punch, man. I did. The twins, I think that it was very smart. It's so like such a small thing too, that Reeves referenced them by Penguin once, saying, "So you met the twins." He's not pushed that he has to call them, the Tweedledee, Tweedledum or anything, but it's there. They could say it if they want to in a future spot, and it's not retroactively changing anything. Because you would look at those two and be like, reference them as the twins.
Yeah. Or, it could be something just like, you got Tweedledee and Tweedledum over there,
Yeah.
That kind
oh my
of
gosh,
thing.
that'd be great. Yeah.
Is some kind of, talking down to them,
sure.
Just because, whatever, but yeah, check it out.
That's very cool. Cool that you got to do it.
I thought they were, they have a significant role that's but it's a small role, but you think about it over the course of the film and in attention to detail with, how they are more beat up each time you see them because of Batman, because like Batman kicks their ass in the beginning. They let Bruce Wayne, and it's almost like, because I like that scene, was because it's like, you know who I am? I got an idea. And he closes the doors like he went and goes, fucking Bruce Wayne is out here,
Yeah.
And it's wholly different,
I know, just you're totally looking, like reading into this so much, but to me, that's just like I don't know, there's something about that part too, of just being so much more wowed by Bruce Wayne than Batman.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? But
and then he comes up as Drifter Bruce Wayne, the Drifter.
Where do you think let me ask you that. Riddle me this, Bill. That last time going in Iceberg Lounge is Drifter. How's he get in? Is he down below and crawls in, or is he up above and crawls that way? How's he get in and close the door?
And like the elevator part?
No. The on that last part when there's knock, knock, knock.
Yeah.
One of the twins opens the door and doesn't see anybody and steps out and looks both ways, and then the door slams behind him.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
This isn't a nitpick. This is me like, oh, this is Bruce Wayne being a badass. How did he get in, you think? Think he's hiding above the door and goes in through that way?
Yeah.
That's what I imagine too.
Yeah. He
I don't need this answered. I don't need it, anything like that. This, again, it's not a nitpick. It to me, it was just like
he eliminated
badass Bruce Wayne
them from being in there and have to deal with. In a
Yeah.
very covert way.
And I just imagine, since he was in the shaft, like 2 minutes later,
Making
in that hall scene, that's just how he did it there too, and then dropped down behind him and closed the door.
Yeah, making them open the door and getting them out. Yeah.
You're probably gonna have to go watch this.
Now I'm gonna go watch it
as soon as we're done.
Yeah, for sure. All right, that's really all I got. Oh, I'm gonna tie it all in together.
Okay.
Elvis, the Batman. They called me the king. The twins did. Did you know that?
They did, yeah.
They got the king.
Right at the top, didn't they?
Yep. Yeah.
And you're like, well, good talk, boys.
See, I see how I brought it all together. It all circled back to when I started talking about Elvis at the beginning of this show.
So you must have been BOF, taking care of business.
TCB.
There you go.
BOF TCB. We'll get that hashtag going. Let me write that down.
All right.
Hashtag BOFTCB. Okay.
Do that today. See if anybody puts it together before listening.
I'm going to do it as soon as I finish right here. So let's finish. Go ahead and plug.
Plug away. All right.
Yeah.
Check out my. Let's see. Go to BOF. Contributors are on the side. You can click on my name, and I've got a bunch of reviews. I've got interviews, BOF podcast 196 with Sean Murphy. He says in that, let's do it again. So I'm hoping, Bill, that this summer I'll reach out to Sean Murphy again and hopefully be able to get him back on, and we can talk about the back half of Beyond the White Knight, his series. But yeah, I'm reviewing that on BOF. The next issue comes out next week. My podcast, the Batman Book Club, it's having a busy month. Let's see, the most recent episode is about the Batcave Companion, speaking with one half of the writing team of that, Michael Urey. We talked about the new look Batman in the 1960s, and actually dropping tomorrow is going to be the second part of that book, talking basically the Neil Adams era, the Neil Adams and Steve Englehart, Marshall Rogers era. Denny O'Neil too. Let's throw him in there with the other half of that team, Michael Cronenberg, and that is a pretty awesome discussion too. I told him I was going to try and keep it to an hour. I always fail, and we were inching toward an hour and a half. And I told him, I need to respect your time. And he's like, I can keep going. Let's keep going. He really wanted to keep talking too, but I mean, I told him I can't do that. But yeah, we got done, and he was good to keep talking. He loved talking about that era. It was a lot of fun. So look out for that episode. And follow, let's see, I think I already said follow on Twitter at the Batman BC for that. And then I don't think coming up this month also. Our boy Peter Vera is coming on. He's bringing Uxas. First time old Uxas is going to be on the Batman book club for a Batman story. He's pretty excited about it.
Interesting.
Making his dreams come true.
Yeah.
Michael Ramey will love that. He's a big Uxas fan now because of Pete.
Apparently I see that on social media. Okay. Yep. Let's see what I got. If you like what we do here at Batman on Film, want to support the site and keep it up and running, patreon.com, patreon.com/Batman on Film. If you want to advertise during the podcast, advertisecast.com/Batman on Film. There's links to both on Batman on Film proper, and all of the shows are part of the Batman Podcast Network. There's a logo on the main Batman on Film site you can click on to go to the Batman Podcast Network, or where you see podcast, it drops down. And that's pretty much it for me. I am going to check out, see if I can find an Ollie's. And because I would like to, I'd like to check out. So if there was one near, I'd go and see what they had offered in terms of Batman graphic novels and stuff and Batman books. So, hell, I think that's it. Yeah. This is a show of witty banter. All right. So for Ryan, I am Bill. Thanks for listening. And hashtag BOF TCB. We'll catch you next time.
Thanks for listening to the Batman on Film Social Hour, Jett's official BOF podcast and vlog. Follow Jett on Twitter at Batman on Film. For BOF news only on Twitter, follow at the Batman on Film. For Jett and everyone at BOF, I'm announcer Rachel. Authoritative, definitive, the original Batman on Film.